There is a day coming when every person on the planet will be touched by SOSV companies every day, whether they know it or not. It'll be in the clothes they wear, the food they eat, the energy that powers their day, and the decarbonized atmosphere that our companies are producing for a more sustainable planet. We have nearly an infinite amount to do. I have a sister who died of breast cancer earlier this year. I have a son who struggles with autism. These are solvable challenges. We have an increasingly hostile climate due to our increasingly unsustainable consumption of petrochemical and animal-based products. These are solvable challenges. We have our work cut out for us, and this work has never been more urgent.
The last 6-9 months have been very difficult in venture capital. Industry, in terms of value, has dropped nearly 20%. Startups are struggling to find funding, but thankfully for everyone in this room, SOSV funds are doing fantastically well over the last 12 months.
A lot of you know that we have historically been based in Shenzhen, in China, as Hacks, and things are now really starting to change for us. We've now got 10 people in a new facility in Newark who are helping to accelerate companies like we used to in Shenzhen. We've done 15 companies so far. 2 of them have already got their seed rounds closed, which is fantastic news, and we're looking to expand out that space. Here are a couple of renders, and I do emphasize renders even though they are realistic. A 35,000 square foot facility in Newark. It'll be the first of its kind. Chemistry labs, 3D printing labs, and also a huge industrial facility.
We're excited to have raised $14 million, but the bigger thing is that we're announcing Vega, which is our industrial manufacturing machine. We've been building that in silence since founding in 2018. So being able to tell people what you've actually been doing all along and flip over from a fashion website to an industrial manufacturing website is super exciting.
SOSV has the world's best portfolio, bar none. No one competes with us on the future of biomanufacturing. Thank you for your trust in us, your confidence in us. I love this firm. I love what I do. My wife says I have the job satisfaction of a golden retriever. And there's no one I love more than our founders. I love working with them. I love struggling with them to try to create this value for all of us and to transform the world.
Drug discovery and drug development is changing, okay? Therapeutics used to be dominated by small molecules. That's your aspirins, that's the drugs that we're taking all the time. They're the drugs that we're used to. And what's happening is there's been a shift, okay? There's these new modalities that are coming down the pike. There's, I think in the past 5 years, there's 15 that have been approved by the FDA. There's another 50 in clinical trials as we speak. And the good news is that we've got a lot of these new modalities in our portfolio.
A little bit of Mick here. Discovered in 1979. The link to cancer by the mid-80s was absolutely clear. And in the last 40 or so years, there have been over 1 million attempts at inhibiting MYC. Every single one has failed. In about a year, we were able to develop compounds that outcompeted anything previously in the world around MYC. And the real trick here, if you're thinking about how could you possibly do this, is that there's these very, very rare things. We call them ideal molecules, and they exist once every trillion times. To put it very simply, that's what we do. We search for these very rare stars that are perfect, and then the computer can recognize them, and that's how we discover these drugs.
None of this would be possible without the seed capital that powers the dreams of our founders. None of this would be possible without the teams of SOSV staff that help these founders put together the prototypes, the teams, the plans, and the customers that help these founders move further and faster. And none of this would be possible without you, the limited partners backing SOSV funds.